Good morning. Sergeant First Class Reginald Knight retired, reporting. Yesterday, the Israeli government approved a plan for IDF forces to occupy the old Palestinian Authority government buildings, what's left of them, to control the entirety of Gaza. I don't think that this comes as much of a surprise to anyone because almost 2 years ago, Hamas unalived over 1,400 Israelis and took a number of hostages, with some of them still being held. I don't think that this is something that is very surprising. But my anger this morning is directed toward the so-called Arab states. Egypt shares a mutual border with Israel, and so far they have refused to open their borders to Palestinians because once they cross over, they would be able to receive food and medical aid because Doctors Without Borders and the World Health Organization operates in Egypt as we speak. I'm very disappointed with Saudi Arabia, who had time to spend with Donald Trump and sign a $2 billion deal to develop computer chips and AI. Qatar had time to meet with Donald Trump and give him a $400 million plane while he signed a $5.5 billion deal to build a golf course there, which is in construction right now. The Syrians had time to meet with Donald Trump, where he ended all sanctions against Syria. And by the way, Syria houses a number of terrorist groups, including Hamas, but they've done nothing. Not even strongly worded diplomatic statements. They've sat on their hands and watched these people suffer, die, while they're cutting deals with the United States and who knows who. Now, I know there are a lot of you thinking right now, but Reg, what could they do? I'll tell you what they could do. Each of those states I mentioned have hundreds, thousands of drones that they use for military purposes. Most of the time, they will equip them with a military payload, bombs, missiles. Sometimes they even just equip them with lethals. They could retrofit those things quite easily and put 40 to 50 pounds of medicine, food, water, and inform the Israelis we're not flying these drones over your territory, but we are going to fly them all over Gaza and drop these much needed supplies. If they did that and the Israelis shot them down, that is a war crime. More ammunition for the world to condemn them and take some steps to finally sanction them to get them to behave and do the right thing. But they won't do that. At least they're not thinking about doing that right now. Now, I'm not a Muslim, but I know that there are 5 pillars of Islam. And one of the pillars is almsgiving. That's when you take a third of your wealth and you distribute it to the poor and to the needy. Now, from a non-Muslim, a so-called infidel, I ask this question out loud. Of all the people on earth who need your help, with all your oil money, with all your resources, who needs it more than the Palestinians right now? You should be ashamed of your non-action, and you should immediately take steps to help these people. Because Israel has decided to wipe them from the face of the earth. You can contribute to their misery by doing nothing, or you can take action now to save children, women, and some men. It's within your purview to do it. And I wish you would get off your ass and do something. Sergeant First Class Reginald Knight, retired, reporting. If you like my videos, please like, share, and follow me on YouTube. Have a good day.